And we should be live. What's up, guys? And welcome to the E3 reaction stream from Microsoft press conference. Literally finished a few minutes ago, 5 minutes ago at the time of recording. And straight off the bat, they had a lot of stuff that was very interesting. And I have to say, overall, it was a very good show. Just going to get the links out to this stream because it is literally starting now. And at the time, there are no viewers because I started this a little bit early. So I'll just get those links out and then we will begin with the live stream. We'll be talking everything Microsoft and everything from the Microsoft stream. If we have time, we will talk a little bit about the Bethesda stream as well. It depends literally on time because obviously there are plenty more streams from EA and Ubisoft coming out very soon, so I need to stick to a very tight schedule. Right, that is the Twitter link out there now. Just get the Facebook one out there, and then we will begin. But what else is going on anyway? Not really too much. I mean, we've got a beer in. Like I say, this is a big bit of advice I gave to everyone. When you watch the E3 streams, you need to have a beer in your hand because it really does make a massive difference. It means you can just sit down, relax, and enjoy what is going on. Right, Facebook link should be out in 3, 2, 1. Facebook links are out. We have a viewer. Viewer is in. Hello, my one viewer. That is shocking, isn't it? No, my one viewer is now go and get the stream up on the old YouTube page, and then there it is. And now we've got some. Whoa! We've got it double. Here we go. And yep, comments are now ready to rock and roll. Don't forget that you can comment live throughout the stream in the comment section. Hello, I will type hello for you. There you go. So now you know I'm alive. And so let's begin this stream. So Microsoft press conference. Overall, in a word, good. Yeah, very good. Bearing in mind that for PC gamers especially, there's not. You need something good to talk about. You need it not necessarily to be Windows orientated. They've said they're going to be a bit more Windows orientated and have the Xbox platform as a cross-platform thing. Literally not just Xbox One. So have it to be Xbox One and Windows 10 and PC. And we've seen a bit of that. We're going to go through stuff in order, rather than going through things in the sort of order that comes into my head. I've got a very nice list of notes. There are 3 pages of notes that I've made throughout the stream. So we can actually go through, and that way I won't miss anything. So the first thing they showed off was Halo. So this is Halo 5. And obviously, as expected, it is an Xbox One exclusive game. No news there. Literally no news there. It was never going to be Xbox and PC at the same time. It would be lovely if it was, but that was never going to happen. So it's an Xbox One exclusive, and it is coming out this holiday. And they showed off a lot of gameplay of the single player. Now, the single player, of course, is one of the reasons people buy Halo. I mean, some people love it for the multiplayer, some people love it for the single player, some people love it for both. I mean, personally, I'm not the biggest Halo fan out there, but I've been playing it on PC when it originally came out on PC. Been playing it on Mac when it came out on Mac as well. Been playing it out. Playing it on Xbox, the original Xbox, and the Xbox 360. So I do like Halo. I've got a fair amount of Halo experience, and I have to say the whole thing almost just seemed a little bit bland. I'll move the microphone. There you go. Should be less noise from that now. It just, I don't know. Like I say, do leave a comment in the chat. If you, hopefully you're watching this as it was happening. If not, you know, it doesn't matter too much. I will, where appropriate, I will get some links, and then I will be able to link them to you in the live stream, so you don't have to look at my horrible face all the time. I don't think there's too much at the moment on Halo at the moment, but it's October 27th, 2015. I will share that screen with you now. Yeah, so not too much really there, I would say, that got me particularly exciting. Yes, Halo, I mean, that was it, kind of it. I mean, they said 24-player PvP, and maps are going to be up to 4 times bigger. That doesn't mean too much to me. I mean, I liked Halo Reach, the system that you had there where you could actually create your own maps and things like that. That was pretty good, and I had a good time with it. But overall, I wouldn't say that the gameplay video particularly got me particularly excited, and it definitely didn't make me want to go out and get a Xbox console, that's for sure. I mean, like I say, do let me know in the comments what you thought of the Halo gameplay. I mean, there was no... Right, we will touch on it properly a bit later. I'm just talking about the Bethesda stuff, and when they were showing off Doom, that almost looked a little bit different, got me excited, and I'm sure the game itself is going to be absolutely fine. Halo games have never really been bad. I don't think that's going to be a problem. But it just didn't really get me particularly excited from what I saw anyway, and I don't... you know, it doesn't need to be, but you know, this is an E3 thing, and I think there's almost like a slightly weak start. Obviously, yes, it was Halo, but that was it. I think the only reason it was good was because it was Halo, rather than whether it was actually. It wasn't really. It just didn't make me go wow anyway. So that's Halo. Nothing really, no news there at all. Really, it was just pretty standard Halo. Moving on, they showed off new IP. It's an Xbox One exclusive, Recore, and it's coming out in 2016. First thing I thought about this was that the female protagonist looked a lot like Ellie from The Last of Us, and I'm sure that's going to be coming up in all sorts of forums. Realistically, don't really care. Even if it was a clone of Ellie, which it isn't, then I still wouldn't really care, because obviously it's a unique game. It's going to be completely different. Wasn't any gameplay there. It was just a CG trailer, so not too much to talk about there. It's good to see that there's new IP. Good to see that it's not all first-person shooters and things like that. But nothing really particularly stand out from the trailer there. It didn't get me particularly excited. Well, that's about it, really. It didn't get me particularly excited. We need to see more actual gameplay before we can start talking about what the game itself is going to be. But this is an Xbox One exclusive. They did make a point of saying when things would be Windows 10 and PC cross-platform, and they didn't for this, so it may well be a timed exclusive, but if it is, they haven't announced it as of yet. Now, the next thing got the biggest cheer of the whole evening, and if you'd said this would get the biggest cheer of the whole evening maybe 10 years ago, you might have thought it was pretty ridiculous. And this is the fact that the Xbox One will be properly backwards compatible with Xbox 360 titles. And this is good. I mean, whether you have an Xbox, whether you don't, whether you had a 360, whether you don't, it's great, because, I mean, how many people are buying the original Mass Effect, you know, for Xbox 360? Not many. Not many people are going to go out and buy the original Mass Effect, but you might get more people be able to do that if they have an Xbox One. And everyone is really bored. I'm really bored. Sure, some of them are good. Sure, some of them I buy. But people are really bored of the remastered editions that you get of games. I mean, again, are you bored? Leave all this stuff in the comments. I can see them coming up now. I will obviously start talking about them when they're relevant and when I'm not almost going on a sort of rant sort of thing. But yeah, I'm really bored of seeing all these remastered editions, and I want to see some original IP, which is why I was looking forward to E3, and which I have been looking forward to E3, and why I did enjoy the Microsoft press conference, because there are a lot of new IP, which is what we need. Still don't really know what IP stands for. All I'm thinking is Internet Protocol. I'll look it up later, or you can let me know, but maybe I won't believe you. IP, yes, and new IP is great, and it's good to see that there are some new IP coming out. But I've kind of lost track. I was talking about Xbox backwards compatibility. It's great because people will now be able to properly sell off their 360, make a little bit of money on the side. Obviously, the value of Xbox 360s are just going to go woo, like that, and not really be worth much at all now, because there's so many of them, and there's not really any point to having one anymore. But that's excellent, and it means that if you had a PlayStation 3 and you want to get an Xbox One, you've now got a whole library of Xbox 360 titles that you'll be able to play. It's not all of them. I'm not sure how many there will be. They say they're expanding their range all the time. But yeah, it'll be pretty exciting, really, for people that have never played Xbox 360 games. And I think that's brilliant, and I think Sony are going to have to respond certainly to that in some way. Moving on to page 2 of the notes, I will move my little thing there. So I'm kind of looking more central like that. And then they start, the first thing that was announced for PC as well. So this was Microsoft, what's the word? Oh, it's gone again. I've forgotten the word. Basically, the first thing that was going to affect PC users and Xbox users, and this was the new Xbox Elite controller. Now, my level of interest is going to be directly correlated to how much this thing costs. Because personally, I don't really care. I've been using this old thing for a long time. The battery in it is completely dead. I need to have it plugged in. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Could get a new battery pack for that. But instead of that, I'm going to wait and get an Xbox One controller. So when they announced the Xbox One Elite controller, did start to get a little bit more interesting. And this essentially has a load of customizable features, and you can customize how it reacts and actually customize the components on it. So again, I'll get you a little picture of this up while we're waiting. Depends completely on price, to be honest. And if the price is decent, then it's something I think I would pick up, and it's something a lot of other people would pick up, especially PC gamers who don't already have one. It's probably going to be a little bit annoying if you go out and you buy an Xbox One and then you kind of feel you need to buy a new controller for it. So it's not exactly going to be a game changer, but it might actually change the way your games feel. Elite controller. So I'll get you an image of that up. So yeah, if it's at a reasonable price, then I don't really think it's going to be too much of a hard sell for quite a lot of people that need a new controller. Here you go. Verge have got an article, and there are the pictures there. So yeah, it looks pretty decent. I'm not really sure about that sort of circular touch pad analog stick thing. Don't know what that's all about, but it looks pretty decent. I mean, it's something, if it's at a reasonable price, that I will be picking up. Let me know, is this something you would be interested in? Comments will be tackled at the same time. So we'll get on some comments in a second. So that was the Xbox Elite controller, the first thing that affects PC users, and sort of the first thing that I maybe said, oh, I might buy that. Where were we? We were there. Okay, some of the comments. Start with some of the comments. Hey, yes, hello. Only thing that got you excited was backwards compatibility. Yeah, well, that's good. I mean, it's not going to cost you anything, and if you don't have an Xbox One, might be a reason to upgrade, and I think that will do quite well. Do you think new Tomb Raider will come to PC? It will come to new PC. Will come to the PC. Just a case of when. Yeah, obviously these people are trying to get as much money in as possible, and the financials of it, clearly they think that if they have an Xbox exclusive deal, then they seem to get more money because they get some money up front, and they won't have to necessarily worry quite so much about how well the game performs. If I was going to take a guess, I would say it will have Xbox One release date, which it does, which I'll touch on in a second when we come to that. But then I think it will also come to PC, and then it will come to everything else. Could be wrong on that, but yeah, it will almost certainly be a timed exclusive. Hello, Adam Drums. What's up, guys, and welcome to this video. I didn't say that. Sorry, I let you down. PPX14 agrees, although he prefers remasters to reboots. Not really. It depends on the quality of the remaster. Some games have been very good. DMC I thought was actually very good, and I'd certainly rather take that than just a remastered collection. Let's have a look. You're going to stick with your Xbox 360 controller. Yeah, there's not really any need to upgrade, so to speak. It's just if you want a new one, or especially if you have a 360 controller, you might be more you might be more likely to upgrade. Then we had the Fallout 4 guys come out and talk a little bit more on stage. Personally, I think it was a bit unnecessary. Again, I'll talk about Bethesda a bit later. But essentially, Fallout 4 really looks so good. The thing that really gets me is that you can tell the amount of care and attention to detail they've put into this game really is pretty spectacular. And just the whole press conference really actually blew me away a little bit, because the first thing you saw was just maybe the graphics, not as good as we would necessarily want. But then it just came with just the breadth and depth of a game that you don't see very often. And it was just it got to me a little bit. How good It looks, obviously we have to wait and see till the game actually comes out. But yeah, Fallout 4 does look very, very good, and it's got me pretty excited about it. They seem to care so much, and that's the thing that always gets me with the Rocksteady guys as well. When it comes to Batman, they clearly care about the games they're making, and clearly Fallout 4 they feel the same way about. Yes, but they didn't really announce anything other than PC mods are going to be compatible with Xbox One, which is very good. Not too much there. Talk about Fallout 4 a bit later when I go onto the Bethesda stuff. EA Early Access. It's free this week if you have an Xbox One Gold account. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 was announced, and it comes out in spring 2016. Doesn't mean too much to me. Never really been... I haven't really played Plants vs. Zombies that much. It's not that it doesn't appeal. I've just never really done it. I know people like it a lot, so that's pretty good. That's coming out. Forza 6. They had Henry Ford III come out, which was pretty cool. And then the Ford GT is clearly sponsoring it a little bit. Xbox One exclusive. They said that. They didn't say Xbox PC. They said Xbox One exclusive. More of the same. You know, it's going to be more of the same. It's going to be a better looking Forza game, which people want. You know, it doesn't mean too much to me. Completely a PC gamer, and then partially a PS4 gamer. Not a reason for me to go out and buy a Xbox One, to be perfectly honest. But you know, if you're an Xbox guy, it's probably, and you like racing games, obviously it's a game to pick up. Looks pretty good, but we haven't really seen much. Didn't see any gameplay, so can't really comment at all too much on that. Matthew Hawke, yeah, he thinks Forza is going to be an Xbox exclusive. Well, they've said that it is. So they didn't say times. I mean, they wouldn't say times, so it might change later, but to be honest, unlikely. They'd probably say it's just tied into Xbox, I think, a bit too much to actually make its way to PC. Not in the same way that Halo is. Halo obviously is more tied in, but I think they know they would sell a load of copies if they sold it on PC, whereas Forza, maybe they think it could do bit too much damage to their company without making enough sales. Matthew Trimble loves the videos. One of the best YouTubers I'm subscribed to. Thank you very much. Try my best. Can't do any more than that. Josh Longhurst, what are your thoughts on EA doing Star Wars Battlefront? Covered that a little bit in yesterday's stream. Probably will properly comment on that during the EA stream that I do a bit later on today. Have to wait and see. To be honest, have to wait and see. I'll come back to that one a bit later. When will you be able to play Xbox 360 games on Xbox One? They said there's like a preview program for preview program people very soon, but everyone else will get it at Christmas, basically, or holiday or fall. Well, no, holiday 2015 is what they said. Gears 4 Tomb Raider look good. Yep, come on to that in a minute. One thing I'd say is a joke. DayZ going into the third year alpha now on Xbox. Meanwhile, the developer is making his new game. Couldn't agree more. I'm not saying the game won't be any good, but I think it is. That is clearly what is wrong with EA. Not EA, sorry, with just early access. You know, because you're giving your money, and they have every right not to finish their game. But in the same time, it's just bloody disrespectful to the people that have actually got their game out there. So yes, that is pretty frustrating. Haven't played DayZ particularly, so I haven't really lost any money on that. But yeah, no, it's annoying. That's a problem I have with early access, and the only early access game I bought so far is Kerbal Space Program. But to be honest, I'm pretty happy with the money I paid on that. Yeah, so finishing up Forza 6, 1080p 60 FPS, September 15th. So that is one to watch out for if you're interested in that sort of thing. Next thing is, it's a very melancholic sort of feeling here. Dark Souls 3 will almost certainly come out on PC. Very surprised if it didn't. Should look very good. It's almost like Dark Souls. I don't want it to turn into a franchise, to be perfectly honest. That's almost the problem I have. I don't want it to be a franchise. Obviously, I'll play it. I love it. Absolutely love it. You know, Dark Souls 1, you know, I'll show you my Steam library if you want. I'll show you my Steam library, and I'll prove to you that I'm a big sort of Dark Souls fan, because I really love it, and it means a lot to me. And it's always a game I can sit down with quite comfortably and play. There we go. Steam. So yeah, Dark Souls 2, 49 hours. And then the original Dark Souls, where we are, somewhere, where is it? Dark Souls, 80 hours, you see. So big Dark Souls fan anyway. Not really, something that I would be unhappy to see unveiled at E3. I'm obviously a big fan. So yeah, Dark Souls 3 will come out on PC more than certainly. But I haven't got around to playing Bloodborne on the PS4. It's just I like him to take a step back. You know, I like Fallout 4 is a great example. You can tell how much effort and time they spent into it, and it's going to probably be pretty damn good. But it's becoming coming out a bit too often for my liking, and it's probably just going to be a bit more of a evolution rather than a revolution, I guess. Comments. Where were we? Few people saying hi. Backwards compatibility is big. Yes, it is. Windows 10 is just filled with Xbox stuff. Lol, no Windows experience. We haven't really seen much about that. We'll have to wait till the PC gaming show tomorrow evening. Fallout 4. Talk about that in a moment. Mods on console. If that happens properly, again, I have to wait till the Bethesda chat. But Doom thing, that looks pretty damn cool. Chris Gamer was an Xbox guy. He first had a PS3 with his brother, but he went over to Xbox 360 a few years ago because of Forza, and then he sold it 1 month ago. So he's PC game only. Yeah, make that what you will. Yeah, I go to uni and it's all going to be over soon. On a placement at the moment for a year, so working full time. So I won't actually be finished for a couple of years. Really sad, but this will obviously still be going on in the background. And then by the time I finish, hopefully I can take it full time. He lives near me. Well, yeah, everyone lives somewhere. Joe, okay, that's not really a comment. Is AMD Radeon 270X good for 1080p? It'll be fine for 1080p, but obviously you should always look to get the best graphics cards you can afford. Windows 10 is shady. Haven't seen much of it. Can't comment. Right. Okay. So yeah, that was Dark Souls. The Division. It's really started to annoy me. It's just I know they're probably going to show off gameplay in Ubisoft, so I calm down a little bit. But yeah, Division, they're going to show off more stuff at the Ubisoft thing. Otherwise, they wouldn't have anything to show. But yeah, they didn't. They only showed off more CG. You know, it's almost not worth talking about. I'm bored of the Division now. Need to see less delays, more gameplay, and more reasons for people to buy it. Other than the whole concept was cool, but that's all we've had. We've had the concept, and we had that a couple of years ago. So talk about that properly in the Ubisoft press conference. Rainbow Six Siege comes out on the 13th of October. Played the alpha. Clearly needed some work. But yeah, I mean, it's a cool concept, so it'll be interesting to see how they take it. Again, not too much to talk about there. We'll wait for the Ubisoft conference. Gigantic, Windows 10 and Xbox. Again, I believe that was a CG trailer. Not too much to talk about. We need some proper stuff to talk about. And then there was the Idea Xbox, which is all about developers developing on PC and Xbox One at the same time, which I think is great because especially indie developers tend to be very small, obviously, and they tend to have not got that much experience, necessarily with games development. So basically, they want to minimize the amount of effort they have to spend on all the mundane stuff and maximize the amount of effort they spend on the actual development of the games. And then if they're deployed on multiple platforms, that's very good. PC's always been pretty easy to develop for, and it's good to see that's probably the best thing almost about the whole Xbox sort of thing coming together. If it's going to be very easy for developers to develop for, then that should be pretty damn cool. Again, let me know in the comments. Comments are always on screen, so let me know what you're thinking about this stuff as we are discussing it. A little mention of Cortana. I'm probably not ever really going to use voice search on my PC because I've got a keyboard. Witcher 3 made you sad about the graphics. Well, if you need stupid, you know, to run it at 1440p, 60 FPS, max settings, you're going to need Titan X or two 970s or something. So even if they did get downgraded, you probably wouldn't be able to run it anyway. So again, wasn't too bothered about that. Is i7 worth it? Well, it depends. i7's all about if you're doing stuff like streaming, if you're doing stuff like video editing. Otherwise, an i5 will be absolutely fine. So that was the Xbox at ID, or should I say the ID at Xbox thing. And then there's a few indie games announced. Is it Tacoma, or have I spelt that wrong? Tacoma, Space Indie. And then there's just a few more indie games. Again, not too much to talk about there. You know, it's good to see proper indie support. It really is pretty good to see proper indie support. And then there was the Xbox game preview. And then this is the thing that will get people talking. It's essentially Steam Early Access, but on the Xbox platform. Not really sure how well this is going to go down, to be honest. My only experience with Early Access has been pretty good. It was with Kerbal Space Program, but a lot of people, again, think DayZ are slightly disappointed that their money was taken and then they sort of lost interest. And then the other one was the Peter Molyneux one, Goddess. It's a dangerous game. It's a dangerous game. It's essentially the equivalent of buying a new TV for £1,000 on a credit card statement when you don't have enough money and you're not going to have enough money and you put it on credit. It's a very dangerous game to be spending money you don't have. And in the same sense, it's pretty dangerous to be spending money that you get, but when your game's not finished, because that money needs to go into the game development's life cycle. And it's very easy to forget about a game if you don't think it's working after you've got the money, and if you're not going to lose too much money ditching it. So yeah. So yeah, it could be dangerous, but I mean, it's good that people have the option, I suppose. Then we had Ion, PC and Xbox, and then this is by the DayZ guy. So again, touching on the early access thing. You know, it's good that it's coming. Notice they said PC and not Windows 10. Most of the stuff they said Windows 10, this is PC. So I imagine it's probably not Windows 10 exclusive. Then here came the big hitter, didn't it, with Tomb Raider. And this is the thing that pissed me right off. Gamescom last year, when they uttered the words Xbox exclusive, and it was more than likely going to be a timed exclusive. But literally, if I had an Xbox One, I would not buy the Tomb Raider. I wouldn't buy Tomb Raider on the Xbox, because I think it's outrageous, absolutely outrageous, that that they can obviously make it an exclusive on Xbox. I'm sure it would be timed. If it wasn't timed, people would run on the streets. It'd be unbelievable. But Tomb Raider, to put it into proper perspective, you know, its roots is on PC and PlayStation. So why the hell is it not on either, right? Well, I can tell you why. It's because they decided they needed money. They spent a lot of money on the original Tomb Raider reboot, and I'm not sure they made a hell of a lot of money, but maybe they didn't make quite as much as they wanted to, which was poor planning on their behalf. But essentially, they can get X in the bank straight away. They know they've got X in the bank, and then they can release it on other platforms later down the line and still get some money. But I just think it's stupid, and I think that exclusivity deals, you know, whether they should exist or not is already a bit of a debate. The real advantage is something like Bayonetta 2, where you had a game that wasn't going to exist, it became exclusive, and it exists because of that exclusivity. That's absolutely fine. And then there's the cases of exclusive DLC, a little bit annoying, not a big deal. But when you get something that's not an exclusive, and then you make it exclusive, to be honest, that's taken it a bit too far, and I think that's just a shambles, really. And you know, I wouldn't buy it on. What I would really like to see, as much as I love Tomb Raider, I love the franchise, I would love people to properly take a stand and just not buy it, or if they have multiple platforms. Obviously, if you're an Xbox gamer, then, you know, that's fair enough. But if you have a PC and you have Xbox, don't bloody buy it on Xbox One, because you're just fueling the fire. If you can't tell, it's annoyed me that, because Tomb Raider, means a lot. We've been playing. That was probably the first game really that I ever remember playing, was the original Tomb Raider. I remember me and my dad used to play this game, and for good luck, I would get a sheet of paper, roll it up. I can't remember if I painted it. Probably just use a highlighter. Had it like a yellowy gold color, and then draw a red cross on it, and then put that on the PlayStation for good luck. And yeah, that was my first gaming experience. Really, was the original Tomb Raider. So when someone comes along and fucks it up, I'm pissed off. You don't hear swearing a lot on this channel, but that's because for effect. You see, that is when things really do start to get stupid. When you get something that's not exclusive and make it exclusive. Anyway, this is turning into a rant. I apologize. Not happy about it. Rare replay was the next thing they talked about. Yeah, we get all 30 rare games for $30. You know, it doesn't mean too much to me. Probably is quite good value for money. I'm someone, especially at E3, I'm a lot more interested in fresh titles than other things. So it'd be good if you got an Xbox. Not a reason for anyone to buy an Xbox. Right, let's look at the comments because I have been lacking. i7 for editing. Yes, I've said that. i7. Talk about i7. Last indie title that I played. What's that? Someone's vacuuming in the house. Yeah, apologise for that. Last indie title I played. I don't know. The last one I properly remember sitting down was Limbo, and that's not to say that's the last release title that I played. That's the last one that I replayed. Bastion I love. I don't know. I probably played indie titles ironically more when I was on Xbox and anything else. I will shut the door. 1 second. Apologies. Probably can't really hear it anyway, but I would rather not have that. So yeah, I don't tend. It's pretty bad. I don't tend to play too many indies. If you count KSP as an indie, then it would be that. Will they announce the 390X? Yes, they're going to do that at the PC gaming event tomorrow. Are you going to any other game events? I'm going to EGX. Not going to Gamescom this year because I'm otherwise engaged, unfortunately. And I kind of left it a bit too late for hotels. It was going to be like 600 quid for 3 nights. You know, get stuffed. Is Windows 10 worth it? Impossible to say. We'll be bringing videos on that as it comes out, of course. Great channel, man. I'm from Peru. Never been to Peru. Love to go. Red Dead Platypus. Fallout 4 clouds actually look like clouds. It's surprising for Bethesda. Graphics is probably going to be a talking point, but it's been overshadowed by the sheer attention to detail and clearly the good gameplay that they've got going for them. A little bit talk about Corsair H100, not really related to E3. Let's hope Fallout 4's graphics age well. Unlike Skyrim, yeah, Skyrim probably doesn't age that well, but you know, you can still bang it on a 4K monitor if you want. Anyone want to see a new Splinter Cell game? I would love to see a new Splinter Cell game. Not got a big history of Splinter Cell, always looking to play them though. Will a GTX 750 work in the next 2 years? Yes. Limited support for DX12, but yes, it will. Hello, Blake Jarrett. Skyrim is one of the best games of all time. Debatable. Dishonored 2, yes, that was announced at the Bethesda event, which I will talk about at the end of this video. Yeah. Something going down. Yeah, there's a trailer for Dishonored 2. Yeah. Nathan Drake, Uncharted. Have to wait and see. Why is it outrageous? Because people like us that are PC gamers don't get to play a game because someone has paid someone some money. I think it's stupid. Most of the conference wasn't very good. I thought it was pretty good. Indies on Vita. Why are you wearing headphones? Monitoring, just so if there's any audio problems, I will be able to hear. And if something goes off in the background, I'll be able to hear, like that vacuum cleaner, which was pretty annoying. Okay, and we're up to date. And then Sea of Thieves. Oh, there's not much to say. Not much to say. I'm not going to say anything about that. I'm not saying it won't be good. Not much to say. Windows 10 and Xbox free to play Fable Legends. If you like Fable, that's obviously going to be pretty damn good. Which is cross-play, which would like to see more of this. So if you are playing on PC, then you can then go on an Xbox if you wanted to and continue from where you left off. It also means you'll be able to cross-play it with your friends that are on Xbox or PC, vice versa, which is pretty cool. And then Minecraft started talking about the HoloLens, which, right, here's the thing. I'm just going to put it out there now. I don't think it'll be very good first gen, but it is so damn cool to see holograms starting to kick off. Yes, you need to wear a goofy headset, but assuming this thing works flawlessly, then imagine you've got this thing here in 3D space. You can then interact with that. I think that's pretty damn cool. And yeah, now the whole thing looked pretty cool, but it's impossible to say how good it's going to be without actually using it. So hopefully I'll get a chance to use that at some point in the future. Then we had Minecraft, and well, we touched on that. I'm just reading the same thing. And then they finally finished with Gears of War. There's a Gears of War Ultimate Edition, so remastered Gears of War. But then they came out, got rid of the of War, Gears 4. Rhymes, Gears 4. Now, I love Gears, and is it bad that it kind of made me go, oh, I kind of wish I had an Xbox, which is the whole point of the thing. Right, here's the thing. Gears 4, it looked pretty like more of the same, except obviously slightly next gen. That doesn't mean too much for us PC gamers, but it looked really good, and it made me want to play it, to be honest. And maybe a little bit sad that I won't be able to play it. Will I buy an Xbox One? I guess that was the thing. Probably not, no. But it's definitely made me more likely to than before E3. I think overall, yes, there maybe was a slight lapse in the middle, and yes, Tomb Raider pissed me off. But overall, I think Xbox as a brand is definitely doing a lot better now with Phil than it was a couple of years ago. I mean, it was absolutely laughable when the Xbox One was originally announced, because they went about it completely wrong. But I think he's in a good place, and I'm looking forward to see what old Phil has to say at the PC gaming conference tomorrow, because obviously that's the thing that's going to affect us most. So overall, then, standout things for the Xbox stream. Tomb Raider was bloody annoying. The game itself looked pretty good, but I don't want to give it the time of day. Don't want to talk about it because it's annoyed me. Dark Souls 3 was announced, so that is one of the games that is probably going to affect us. They had a little bit more about Fallout 4. There's an Xbox One Elite controller, Halo 5, Forza 6, trailers for Division, Rainbow Six, a few Windows 10 and Xbox sort of cross-compatible games, and a new system for getting developers to develop for both of them at the same time. So that was the Microsoft conference. Overall, pretty good. I was pretty happy with it. Yeah, no, I was pretty happy with it, and I think it was definitely pretty good to watch. Lastly, then, was, because we didn't do a stream straight after because it was too late, was the Bethesda stream. Got my notes on my mobile actually there. And I have to say the Bethesda stream, bearing in mind it was their first one, pretty damn good. Opened, of course, with Doom. And Doom got me pretty excited. Don't have too much of a big history with Doom, to be perfectly honest. But I think the gameplay looked pretty exciting, and hopefully it will do some stuff that we don't see too much. And it needs to go almost back to basics a little bit with gameplay. Obviously, they have the system of no regenerating health, which is great. Pickups, and the whole thing just looked pretty damn fun. Which we did, last thing we had really was Wolfenstein, where it was pretty damn fun. But yeah, no, that looked pretty good, and I liked their system for getting unique content as well. So my notes, I said it looks very good. Good back to basics, said that. Environments look pretty good as well. Obviously, it's compression through YouTube and things like that. But yes, it was pretty damn good. There was a focus on multiplayer and the fact that you can create your own maps and things like that. That was pretty awesome. I did notice there was a double jump as well in the multiplayer. So think like Titanfall, Call of Duty. I quite like that, so that no problems there. And then the movement was all very nice and quick. So that was pretty good. I definitely enjoyed the Doom part of the presentation. and the level of detail that you can get when you create these maps and these scenarios is going to go down very, very well. Bethesda Net essentially is going to be your Steam and Uplay. Yes, we don't really need any more of these, but it's kind of got to the point where, you know, that's just the way it's going to roll. Steam's making all this money, and if you're Bethesda, then why the hell not? Sure, some gamers might not like it, but no one's not going to buy a game because it's not on Steam, I don't think. Maybe that would true a year or two ago, but I don't think it's true anymore. Dishonored 2, big fan of Dishonored, liked it a lot. The thing is, they didn't say that it was gameplay, and it didn't look to me like gameplay. It looked very CG. So I'd like to see some more gameplay, but as long as it's a better version of Dishonored, so built for next gen, better PC support, things like that, it'll be pretty cool, because the PC support wasn't brilliant for the original Dishonored, so I'd like to see that come along a little bit more. You can play as Corvo, or you can play as Emily, and it's available on PC, Xbox, and PS4. And they're also bringing a remastered edition to the original Dishonored. I'm not going to say too much, just because we need to see gameplay before we can start. But the CG trailer they had, did a good job. But CG, no one really cares. Quickly revisit the comment section again. We were on the Nathan Drake's bit. Where were we? A bit of casual chat. Battlefront being an Origin, well, it's a given. It's an EA game. Let's have a look. Yeah, a little bit of people saying that Microsoft Conference wasn't that good. It was. I enjoyed it. We got there, didn't we? Because we got to the headphones bit. Bring back Siphon Filter. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Someone has PS4, PC, and Xbox One. Well, see, that obviously there's a lot of money to spend, and people don't need that. Glad I caught you live. Well, thanks for being here. No sound on the stream. That is just you, mate. That is just you. Why wouldn't I buy an Xbox One? Well, I don't need a PS4 and an Xbox One. Anyone here a Belgian fan? Fan of what? Joseph Ellis just wanted to say that he saw the PC Centric PC guide and ordered all the parts and can't wait till they arrive. So thank you. One of the main reasons I got into PC gaming, here to help. That's obviously one thing I like to do. Is Elder Scrolls Online free? No, it's not. You just pay for the game, and then it's free to play. Love Dishonored, but we're excited for Mirror's Edge 2. Well, that will obviously be all announced in the E3 in the EA bit, which it won't be too long. Won't be too long at all. Where did we get to? We were talking Dishonored. And then Elder Scrolls, yeah, so there's more content for Elder Scrolls Online, just as I predicted, just want to say. There's a new card game as well, it's free to play. Nothing particularly exciting there. It's got nothing on Gwent, does it? Nothing on Gwent. Then Fallout 4, okay, so this is where we're end the stream after Fallout 4, big thing. Essentially, first thing I thought when I was watching it is, oh no, graphics don't look very good, do they? Character models, oh no. But then they just kept talking about how the level of detail and stuff was so good. They didn't give too much away about the story, but it really did get me pretty excited for the game. Just everything about it looked pretty damn good, to be honest. The character creation was pretty cool. Graphics, if they look bad, but on consoles they're 1080p 60, it's not so bad, but it's probably quite a large sort of viewing distance, so it'll probably be 1080p 30 or a bit lower. So it's 200 years after the Fallout. Sole survivor of the vault. You get a dog. There's a Pip-Boy app, and there's also a pretty cool new game for your smartphones as well, that you can get on iOS now, or you can wait and get it on Android in a month or so, whenever it comes out. They haven't announced it's coming out on Android, but it would be pretty silly for them not to, bearing in mind it's more Android phones than iOS phones. So Fallout 4 then. It's just all I'm going to say is, if you haven't seen it already, go and watch that bit of the E3 stream, because I would not be able to do it justice, just because it was pretty damn cool, the stuff they had to talk about. It was pretty cool how big the world was, pretty cool you could interact with the world. The combat system looked pretty good. And yeah, like I said, the attention to detail was pretty good. So of all the games I've seen across all the press conferences, I would say Fallout 4 has definitely been the best one so far. Bed is not made. That's because I started this in a hurry. Got in from work. There's a queue at the petrol station, so or gas station, if we're keeping this cultural. Gasoline, petrol station, whatever you want to call it. There was a queue, so I had to wait for that. So got in with about 3 minutes to spare. So sorry the bed is not made. Apologies. I'll get that sorted. Get that sorted for the next stream. Did I play any DLC for Dishonored? I kind of started it, didn't finish. Do I have an end slogan? Not really. I have a routine, not really a slogan. It should be, that's what's been up, guys. Yeah, maybe. I'll give it a go for you. How about that? If I'll try and remember. Yeah, awesome amount of crafting Fallout 4. Also cool. Please go and watch the thing if you haven't already. Will No Man's Sky be at the event? Likely to be at the Sony event if it's going to be at any of the events. Otherwise, it might just be there. Might not be in a press conference. Someone has made a Pip-Boy iPhone case. Probably, yeah, they probably will. If they're working on it for 4 years, don't you think it'd be 1080p 60? It just comes down to the thing. The average consumer, when they watch stuff, it's obviously not the same extent now as it used to be, but they see stuff online and they see it in 30 frames a second. So why make your game? People don't buy stuff because it's 60 FPS. They buy stuff because it looks cool. Yes, PC gamers obviously are a bit more picky about that sort of stuff, but it's just targeted at the moment for 30 FPS. People get on with it. People don't have a problem with it. So that's just what they aim for. So I'd love it to be 60 FPS on consoles, but I have the luxury of not really caring too much if it's not going to affect me. Right, we have 4 more minutes. So if you have any more comments, leave them now. The live stream, the next one will start immediately after the EA and then the Ubisoft press conferences. So do obviously stick around for that. But yeah, get your comments in now. So like I say, the best thing that I saw personally would be Fallout 4, shortly followed. I don't know. I guess there's not too many things that properly stand out for me. If I look back at my notes, I mean, the main things really were the Valve VR Minecraft stuff looked pretty cool. I'm a big fan of Gears of War. Dishonored 2 should be pretty excited for. Yeah, not too much going on there. Last comments. Couple of minutes left. Couple of see ya, Screen Doctor. I'm about to do the same. To be late to these live streams is quite amazing. Well, just come up in the next come up in the next stream. That starts at it'll be probably about 10:30, between 10 and 10:30, I imagine. And then would a 970 be enough to game on a 1440p monitor? Depends on the game. On the GTX 980 single at the moment, I run slightly downgraded settings, 1440p on The Witcher, so you're not going to have too much of a problem. Most games, some games are going to be a bit too intensive. Do you think Fallout 4 is safe enough to pre-order? Nothing's safe enough to pre-order, unless there's something you really want from a pre-order bonus, and you know that even if it was terrible, you'd buy it anyway. So the only game for me, really, I'd say I'd pre-order at the moment is Batman, because even if it was crap, I would still buy it because I love Batman and I liked what they done with the previous games. But you shouldn't really ever pre-order if you can help it. Will you be here for the Sony one? No, I've got to get up at 7 a.m. for work the next morning. I don't want to fall asleep at the wheel, so there'll be a stream of the Sony one tomorrow. So yeah, Screen Doctor won't do one straight after, but we'll do one tomorrow. Sony one's normally pretty good. They focus on indies quite a lot, but you should be pretty interesting. And then of course there's the Nintendo one tomorrow at normal time as well. Okay, if you get your question in now, probably be able to answer it. Otherwise, that probably will be it. What did you think of the Batman DLC? I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, Origins didn't even play multiplayer, but I thought the Harley Quinn DLC was pretty cool. Played that through a couple of times, enjoyed that. Arkham City was so good. You're right. one of my all-time favorite games. Arkham Asylum as well was awesome. Almost disappointed I didn't get a chance to actually play Arkham Asylum again in preparation for the new one, but yeah, it doesn't make too much difference. You should have pre-ordered it. You can't afford it. Well, you should never really pre-order games. If you're a week late to the party, it'll be all right. I'll give you a chance to check out my full review before you buy it. Okay, freezing the comments. And yep, no, that's all the comments. So thank you so much for checking out this stream. I will be back after the EA one, which won't be too long, and we'll be talking everything EA, which should make more difference to our PC gamer lives, so to speak. So the time is 19:59. Thank you so much for watching this stream. Hope you can check out the next one. Obviously, this stream will be archived if you want to watch it again. And I will see you in a couple of hours, hopefully.